Welcome everyone, this is Pineleaf Fuels and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us Ending!
Hey everybody!
Derry Edwin!
Hi,
Maven!
Hey, y'all.
And Forte Maestro!
Hey guys, I'm not lost anymore.
You're not lost anymore. And today, our big news is that they have released an update 19.2 onto Bull Roarer, and I heard that there's a little bit of controversy there.
Grr.
Did I hear a warg growling?
Well, I was going to say that's not a bear growl. This is not a down with bears rant that you're about to hear. It's the other rant type that we get from Terry.
Cooldown on disappear from 3 minutes to 5 minutes for no real reason whatsoever. I mean, it's hard enough to censored. I'm just gonna cut it off right there.
Well, I wouldn't have
Can't use that language on the air.
I wouldn't have issue with this if they also change the buffs in the Etmors for burglars and other classes that can do stealth type stuff, and change that so that it was balanced. But the burglars already have a way smaller cooldown than the wargs do, so I don't know why they made this change.
They did the same thing to Weavers, by the way, for the burrow.
They did, yeah.
Right. So what is the
explain
cooldown for Bergs?
Yeah, what is the change? Yeah.
The change changed it from 2.5 minutes to 5 minute cooldown, which is significantly more than the burglar one. I don't know offhand what it is, but I know it's not 5 minutes.
No, it's not. I'd have to look it up to see what disappear is, but I think you can trade it down to like 1.5 minutes.
Yeah. So
I'm not on a burglar
this
crew.
seems kind of just out of random. I don't know. From my view on the forums, I've not seen anybody asking for this on Freep's side, aside from a couple random things, but not like a large number of feedback. And so it just seems very out of the ordinary. On the plus side, creeps are getting buffs to damage in quite a big way with critical values if they trait certain corruptions. So there is a plus side of this, and also keep in mind that this is still on the test server. It's still up to feedback. So if you think these are good changes, let them know on the forums. If you think these are bad changes, let them know on the forums, and hopefully they'll be taken into account and changed by the time it goes to live. Also, there was some housing refund news, which I thought was interesting. They finally solved this problem, I guess you could say, where they're giving a refund token essentially if you aren't able to pay your dues on housing. They'll give you a token that is, I guess, good for a full premium house. The wording on it was kind of strange, where it sounded like under certain circumstances you might not be getting a full refund, and so that was kind of weird. I'm gonna need to go on to live and see onto the test server and see how this looks and works, but I might not be able to test it because I don't know how long this is going to stay up. The houses might not be able to go away in time for me to be able to actually test this feature, so I'm curious how that's going to work.
But they did a database wipe. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing is I will copy my character over, and in theory I should have a writ on the character that I copy over.
That's a good point. That's true. So,
assuming I copy over, of course, the character that has a
house, yeah.
That has a house, right?
But good, Forte.
Is this if you can't pay for the actual premium house upkeep, they'll partial refund that?
Right, because players were worried, and Cordovan was worried about, if players are putting forth actual money for something, right, and they can't afford the in-game gold cost, or can't afford the cost of, mithril every month, then they don't want to penalize players and have them have to buy a whole new house just because they couldn't afford maintenance, or they were away from the game and weren't around to be paying maintenance in the game itself. And so I think that this is a good solution to just give them a refund and let them, not a refund in Mithril or Turbine points, but a refund in a premium house so that they can then get a new premium house when they want it. I think that's a good solution that isn't just giving players back their money, which would be, not necessarily the best thing for Turbine, but is also giving players the chance to keep their premium house essentially, even if they don't get it in the interim time when they're not paying maintenance.
But then free up actual neighborhood slots.
And that's true too. Yeah.
Right. Now note that the writ is good for the full price of the house if you did a transfer, but that if you did go foreclose or abandon, it is only good. I don't know what the percentage is or anything like that, but it's for a percentage in that case.
Which seems kind of weird to me.
Well, because in one case, but because, well, I guess they figure you can't pop in every 6 months and...
Yeah, it does seem anti-consumer a little bit, but
I
it
think,
is better than no refund.
Right, I have a feeling it's because people will game the system too much otherwise. I have a feeling that
maybe, but I don't know how you game the system.
I don't know, but people will find a way.
But Turbine still needs to
That's
make
true.
money, so it makes sense if there was some limitation there.
Yeah, I can see that. At the same time, it would be nice to, just keep rights to a house.
Well, anyway, I don't know what the
Always look
percentage
for
is.
loopholes. That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Right. Someone is going to find a loophole if it was full price in that situation. Because normally it'll be just to, I'll get rid of this house and go to another house or something like that, which is probably the loophole that, I don't know. All right, anything else about the update that you wish to discuss? Oh, there are going to be some new quests in the new area, so I guess I'll have to go back and do some more questing in that area after the update.
I think they
comes out.
said 13 quests and deeds, 8 of which are repeatable quests. So the amount of deeds combined with those repeatable quests means that actual quests there might be just 1 or 2, is my guess.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. I think because there's only one repeatable quest that I know of in the area at the moment, and that's the one that kill orcs and easterlings.
Is it
Right.
still in North Athelion?
Yeah, all of this update is North Athelian stuff, yeah.
Woohoo! Someday
Okay.
I'll make my way there.
One thing that I thought was nice is that they're adding in flowers to South Athelion. Or just
Oh, thank
normal
God.
Athelion. So that's a nice plus and should allow players to have a lot better chance of finding stuff, hopefully.
Boy, I hope so. Jeez, that's a drudge.
Yes.
I mean, I don't mind doing it, but then I go back to the barter and I discover I'm not even. I can't. I mean, I don't. I've been gathering flowers forever, and I barely can get like one piece of gear. It's like, seriously? God.
Maybe we should sweet talk someone with the flowers. Maybe more.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe not in my case. Probably. I think that wouldn't work.
Yes.
But I'm glad to hear there's more stuff, and I'm glad to hear there's more repeatables. Because right now, only Karandros, I think, or some of the stuff there is repeatable, but that's about it. Oh, and there's a daily for orcs, and that's it. That was all there was.
Oh,
so that's
there
nice.
are repeatables in Karandros? I guess I didn't realize
I'm pretty
that.
sure there are. I'm pretty sure there are. Oh, maybe it's not repeatables. I'm sorry. It's deeds. It's killing X amount of.
Yeah. They
whatever.
do have the deed up in Karandros.
So you have to go back in and do it even after you've completed the quests. So yeah, you're right. I think the only repeatable up until this new update is just the orc one, the daily orc one.
Indeed.
Yes. And I thought it's about time that after 10 years in the game, Rosie Cotton has finally decided to have a consistent hairstyle. Settle down on one.
Wait, that's not. She's a woman, right? Isn't that like
Hobbit.
odd? Sounds like
Hobbit.
she's still female, right? I guess a woman. Okay, fine. A female hobbit.
A Wobit?
A woman. A woman.
Actually, there are a couple of cases where Tolkien actually uses the word woman for a female hobbit. I think it's in the Hobbit itself. Not. I don't think he ever uses that in Lord of the
Probably
Rings.
should be Hobbitet, right? Hobbitet, Hobbitet,
Hobbit.
Hobbitess.
Hobbit.
Well,
A
you know,
hobbit.
yes,
Hobbit. Like
he-
Smurfette, yeah.
and he did use. Let's see, and the only time I remember him using last was in the Hobbit, also in the early part of that.
Then shouldn't a bobbit be a female baby or child hobbit instead of children? I mean, if we're using
That's a
logic
really good
here.
question.
And then a bob, or bobbe, be a male.
Well, whenever we get Christopher Tolkien on the show, we can ask these pressing Tolkien questions.
Well, yeah, that's unlikely
Don't
to
hold your
happen.
breath.
Yes. Unlikely, yes. Any other comments on the patch notes? Then let us head into our store sales. And is there anything on sale that's interesting?
There's actually some pretty good stuff on sale this week.
Woo!
20% free sample, Simple Rally Horn ×1. Use coupon code GET TOGETHER, one time per account. It's all one word, GET TOGETHER. 20% off, select shared storage, select vault upgrades, inventory slots, currency cap, and shared wardrobe. Also, December deals is a thing, so every week through December, special deals. This week's is 35% off monster classes, monster play and traits and skills, 100% infamy round gain, and monster play appearances. So yay, Creep Cosmetics! Some of which you can only find in the store. There's a really cool Mordor Warg appearance that you
I
can
have
only
that.
get in
Yeah,
the store.
that's mine.
Yeah, that's the
That
one.
was really
And-
crazy because I'd been running around the moors in my Mordor Warg appearance, and then I went to Osgiliath, and I couldn't bring myself to kill those wargs.
But
I
see,
was like, they're my brothers.
maybe that's why they're changing the warg stealth, so you can see your warg more often now. See,
No.
so
No,
yeah.
no.
They're changing
No.
the warg stealth. Is that another one of the changes? I haven't read the
No,
update
the
notes.
cooldown is they're changing
Oh,
it
the cooldown.
It's to 5 minutes.
That sucks.
And so now you'll be able to
For
see your
this year.
warg skins more often.
But see,
Yeah.
that's a tactic for the orcs to make you feel compassion for them. Don't believe them. Don't believe them.
All right. Let's head into our community events for December 2nd through 8th. And I heard that there was chicken play today.
Woohoo! Yeah, actually, today was December's Hobnanigans Chicken League competition where we actually end up giving out over 1,350 gold
Ooh.
donated by an anonymous donor.
Woohoo. And
Wow.
how many teams do you normally have at that?
Generally, we have it's on average been about 4 teams or 3 players. This week, one of the teams couldn't come back, but usually every week we have someone new that shows up, a new team. But it's actually been pretty fun. We actually stream it live on my Twitch with a live scoreboard, so you can actually watch the actual score happening, the changing of the points, and all that fun stuff.
Do you have commentary like you would have on a regular sports?
The commentary is me. I'd like to actually get someone who actually can really do it successfully, because the commentary is from me.
Okay. It doesn't help if you. Well, I suppose if you have.
It would
names
have
on
to
it,
be
you know the
somebody
names of the.
in-game. They'd have to be in game so that they're
Right.
able to
They're
watch
actually
it
watching
live
it.
instead. Yeah, so they're able to watch it live instead of on the delay that you get on
Right.
Twitch.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have like a back and forth with like a second person. So like you do with other sports, you can actually communicate and actually have those little fun quips you end up doing.
Right.
Look at those hobbits run!
All right. Anybody else have anything here that they would like to highlight?
Well, also, Winterstock 4 is still coming up on Landerville January 13th through 16th, and some spots for bands are still available on Monday the 16th, which is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so that's why people are speculating why there are still spots open. So if you have a band and want to be playing for Winterstock, you still can do that on Monday the 16th.
Do ward bands work?
I don't know. I'll have to ask.
Yeah, I don't think they meant war bands.
Oh, okay. What do I know?
You sound so disappointed.
Yeah. All right, let's head into the community MMO site Reader's Choice Awards.
Yes,
Please beat me.
Pineleaf, you can be voting LOTRO for the best community MMO site, Reader's Choice Awards, and you can basically just go to this article and be vote once every 24 hours, and voting does end on December 20th. And as of the posting of this article, LOTRO had 3 votes and was in last place. So LOTRO does need your support if you want to see it be doing better and, you know, just getting more notoriety in the community. I remember LOTRO has won some of the best community awards and things like that in the past. And so I think we can definitely pull it out again, but we will need your guys' support, and so go vote.
So, and the link is on LOTRO Players.
Yeah, there will be a link in the show notes that will take you to an article, which has a link which will take you to the voting.
That's not complicated in any way.
Yeah.
It's just 2 mouse clicks. 2 mouse clicks.
Yeah, and 5 more mouse clicks and to actually get to
Well.
the area where the voting is.
We didn't set up the voting, to be fair, so.
Well, yeah, you do have that. Well, I should tell you, though, we're no longer in last place.
No, we're not. We're doing better, but we can definitely still use support.
Yeah. Yeah, this Black Desert game, whatever that is.
Yeah, that one has been getting quite a lot
Oh,
of popularity
Eve!
recently. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I support you.
All right.
I'm going to support you.
All right. Let's get to the family line where we have Daring Plan.
It's episode 111.
Ooh, the 11th
The
episode.
111st episode.
The daring plan was to actually start the series 111 episodes ago.
Yeah, I expect at some point there just to be a reveal that everything that's happened so far is really just the prologue, and the main adventure
What,
is
you
getting
think
ready
he's
to
Robert
start.
Jordan or something?
I don't know, Pineleaf, but this series has been going on for a long time, and Tim's just has been doing such a good job, and it's been awesome to see how his writing style has evolved over the time, and it's just great to see that he's still doing the series. Really love this, and glad that he's keeping it up.
All right, then let's head into our new player question. And Maven, what's up?
I need some Terisplaining.
Oh boy.
Terry, I need you to explain to me and the rest of our illustrious listeners how to duplicate the shared wardrobe from server to server.
Okay. We had Cordovan on. When did we have Cordovan on? Not that long ago. When he
Episode
was on,
162.
and- yeah. So 13 episodes? No, 17 episodes ago. We had Cordovan on, and I asked him a question about possibly getting the shared wardrobe separated from the rest of the shared stuff so that instead of transferring all of your shared stuff, you could just transfer the wardrobe. Because when they came up with all of the technologies that they came up with for us to be able to keep as much as possible, when we moved off of closing servers onto the servers that are still open, one of the things they did was make it possible for us to copy wardrobe and other shared currencies. So your marks, medallions, any kind of shared money thing that you might have in your expanded wallet if you have an expanded wallet. All of that you can transfer over wherever you send your characters from your closing servers. As a byproduct of this, you can now transfer all of your shared stuff separate from your characters, so you don't actually have to transfer a character to be able to transfer all your shared stuff. You can transfer all of your shared stuff and leave your characters behind, and that makes it completely free to do, because if you transfer characters, you would need those fancy character transfer tokens or turbine points or some other form of currency, and you don't have to do that for your shared stuff. Shared stuff is always free. So that means you can copy your shared stuff. Well, you can transfer your shared stuff from server to server to server to server. So if you decide you want to transfer your marks from Landreval to Gladden, you can do that for free. You can then bounce it to Brandywine, and unfortunately for the shared currency sort of things, it takes 2 weeks for it to be able to be transferred again. So if you transfer to Gladden and then decide you want to transfer it back to Landreval, you've got to wait 2 weeks before you can transfer it back to Landreval. However, because this is a thing, the wardrobe doesn't actually transfer, because the stuff in the wardrobe isn't actually really there. It's all copies anyway. So it just copies itself all over again to other different servers.
And so you don't have a time wait, right?
Yeah, and there's no time wait for that, because so basically once you've transferred your shared whatever to a server, you can then continue to select shared stuff and transfer it to however many other existing servers you want to in the same region. So you can only do like North American servers within North American servers and EU servers within EU servers. But yeah, you can have like all of your wardrobe all over the servers, and then just find like one home to consolidate your marks, medallions, and mithril coins, and all that other fun stuff on.
So you can actually move your not move, but copy your actual cosmetics. Doesn't leave the original, but you can just go from server to server to server, just copy in the copy.
That's what the wardrobe is. The wardrobe isn't those, the wardrobe isn't those pieces. It's copies of those pieces, which are stripped of any kind of restrictions that you might need as far as like whether you can wear heavy armor or whether you have rep with this faction or if you're this level or that level. That's how you can put heavy armor stuff on a light armor class using the wardrobe, because it's basically just a copy. It's a cosmetic copy of an actual piece of gear.
That's nice, because you no longer have to buy the same hat that you like to have on multiple servers multiple times again if you get them from the actual store. That's actually great.
Exactly.
So does that mean when you copy over the shared wardrobe to another server that you're getting like a knockoff of the knockoff brand?
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
For me, it was great because for a long time my home server was Silverload, so I had a lot of stuff on Silverload. So when I moved my characters off of Silverload, the Silverload wardrobe went to all of the other North American servers. So I was copying that. That sucker went to all Landreval, Arkenstone, Brandywine. I didn't even have characters on Brandywine except for like a Terry I'd never logged in. Brandywine got my wardrobe anyway, just in case.
Why does that not surprise me?
The thing that people have to keep in mind is, because the wardrobe is just a copy, if there's stuff in your wardrobe that you don't keep a physical piece of, if you ever take it out of the wardrobe, it's gone until you can track down the physical piece. That's why all of the stuff in my wardrobe has a physical piece of gear saved somewhere in a character's vault. Currently on Landreval, I have a captain whose name is Storage, and her actual reason for being is she's my wardrobe storage. So yeah, it's entirely possible to copy your wardrobe all over the place. You just have to be willing to either not have marks, medallions, whatever, until the 2 weeks is over, so you can transfer them back. So got some free time coming up. You're not looking to make any big purchases with marks, medallions, and whatnot, and decide, oh hey, I like this idea of shared wardrobe all over the place. Let's do it. So you pick a server where you ideally don't actually have other currencies already to get mixed up, because if you do that, then you're just setting yourself up for combining all of the currencies and having to figure out where one currency is going to go. Anyway, so you transfer. So you go to the launcher, which is where this is, because it's under the transfer thingy. So you put in your username and password, and you're up to your server select screen, and then you select, instead of picking a server and selecting play, you click the transfer button. You'll see the list of servers and how many characters are on each server, and you will also notice that when you select a server to transfer from, and you come up with the list of characters, there's a little tick box that says shared items, and you tick just that box. You don't have to, because you don't want to add any characters to this, because character transfers cost you either the character transfer tokens if you have any left over, or they're going to cost you turbine points. And I think it's 24.95 turbine points, which is a little steep for me. So just the shared items box, and then you select your server to transfer to, and then it will say, give you the rundown of you're going from this server to this server, and what you're transferring is your shared items, and it's going to be free. And you click confirm, and it says in progress, and it's going to tell you that your account is shut down until you get the confirmation email. And since not everybody is trying to transfer off of a zillion closed worlds anymore, I usually get it within a minute. The transfer confirmation. Doesn't actually take all that much to transfer your shared items. And then you can go back in the launcher, repeat this process, start with the same server that you started on, so you still want, your regular home server, and then just pick the other 3 servers in the North American group or the other 3 servers in the EU group, because again, you can't transfer between the 2 regions, so you can't go from North America to EU. It's not a thing. And then you wait for the 2 weeks or whatever, and then you can transfer back from server 2 to server 1 your shared items, which again is going to be free.
And the shared wardrobe stays in server 2. In server 2.
Yeah, because it's just a copy.
Wow, I think that's brilliant. It'd be nice if it was easier, but
yeah, I really want it. That's the question that I posed to Cordovan a couple of weeks ago, and it basically what at the time was not a priority. So LOTRO community, here's your chance. Let's make this a priority for them to separate out just the wardrobe, because it can be done. I know it can be done, because I asked the question of Freelorn way back when they were first talking about server transfers, and he asked a dev for me, and they said that they could do it. It just wasn't a priority then either. So there you go.
There you go. And Bob's your uncle, as they say in the UK.
It's funny. I do have an Uncle Bob.
So in your case, Forte, Bob is your uncle.
Yes, he is. How did you know?
I wonder how they ever came up with that. I'll have to look into that.
I have no idea.
And if Pineleaf doesn't know, nobody knows.
I know, it's not in Pinopedia. Oh no.
Right. Let's head into our weekend LOTRO, and Andang, what have you been up to?
Yes, well, I saw a shadow in North Athelion doing a quest, and in the quest text told me this, and I didn't actually see a shadow, so I assumed that it was my own shadow that I saw in North Athelion, and I'm hoping so much that that does not mean 4 more weeks of the Dawnless Day, because I cannot handle any more Dawnless Day. So hopefully that's not what that means, and this is just a shadow that we're seeing.
I believe it was a shadow of a Nazgul flying overhead.
I hope so. Well, I don't know if I hope for that. But that's preferable to the Dawnless Day.
Well, just find a hobbit. You can have some Nazgul treats. I kind of detoured it away.
Yeah, that's true. So, Maven, what have you been up to?
Well, my lore master earned her Banner of the King emote along with Terry's Runekeeper and Senswinda on our weekly jaunt around Middle Earth.
No, we didn't.
So now we didn't earn it yet? Oh!
No, we just picked up that chapter.
I must have dreamed it. We got the quest. Okay.
Well, because we spent a lot of time.
That'll be my highlight next week. So next week I'll be reporting that we have a Banner of the King drill team capability. Sorry about that. For some reason I was thinking we did it.
Because we spent so much time talking about it, and then we ended up...
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And I remember it being a particularly productive night, so of course those two together, I was like, of course I got the Banner of the King emote.
So you're saying you have Honor Guard that actually follow around with you?
Wouldn't that be cool? That would be really cool. That'd be really cool. No, we'll probably just practice doing sort of like a drill team with the Banner of the King emote, you know.
When we go to Weatherstock next year, we should totally have like Banner King bodyguards like escorting us around. That would be cool.
Yeah. Probably break the server, but you know. And then I rode with the Academy on Arkenstone for the first time in ages, but it was a riot because I don't have a TeamSpeak on my new computer, so it was all done, you know, like in chat. So poor Sans Winda had to keep telling me, now we're going here and now we're going there. But that was okay.
It's hard
and
enough to keep up with them when you're in TeamSpeak.
when you're in, I know, it's true. It's
Not
true.
in
It's true.
TeamSpeak.
And I was, I figured, because I'd already done all the Pineleaf and Terry and I had already done all the Moria stuff, so I didn't have to do the quest, but I was deeding. So I kept doing, I would go down hallways and stuff to do the deeds, and then I'd have to figure out where the group was again. But it was fun. It was fun. Got a lot.
Oh, that's what kept happening.
Yeah, that's why I kept going. I remember one time, actually, we were coming up from the Silvertine loads, and I had gone straight to kill a cave claw, and you guys were coming up after me, and you followed me, and I'm like, and then I saw Pineleaf like, oops, you turn, go, we were going back to deep descent. I was like, oops, sorry guys, I was just killing a cave claw. And then this now will demonstrate why I asked the question, why I had Terry explain what she explained, is I've set up an alt on every single server, in preparation to be the stage manager, aka sidekick for Corey's Exploring Lord of the Rings discussion series. So I have a Maven on every server now. There's only one where I had to actually spell it differently, and they're all hobbits. The two existing ones are hunters, but the rest of them are minstrels. So so Carrie's going to have a little hobbit sidekick, which I think is appropriate for a very serious man from Gondor, which is who's going to be doing the lecturing. He has a crazy hobbit sidekick that's going to run around and do crazy things while he lectures. I think that's appropriate. So, Forte, how about you?
So I really didn't do a lot. Been actually sick the last couple weeks. That's why I haven't been here. But fortunately, after I guess however many years of playing, finally made it up to past 95. I'm actually almost 100, and I actually entered in. I know it's crazy because I mean, like this past year, I was 40 after 9 years, and so I've actually been treading into Gondor, and been enjoying. Checking out, came in through Western, doing Central, so I'm mainly on Central right now, and I'm finally going into Eastern. So I'm hoping to catch up with everyone so I can see what all the hubbub is up with this North Ithilien.
Nice.
Okay.
Be interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did other than that and cough my lungs out. I didn't get any experience for that, unfortunately. But with that in mind, Teridwin, what did you do?
Well, skirmished responsibly with Sans and Maven on Lashillian, got a little closer to 1 or 3, and properly entered Peligir in preparation for getting our Banner of the King emotes, because we did the epic battle, but hadn't actually gotten to the city
Right.
itself.
That's right.
So it was like...
Oh, and we did the featured instance. I forgot. We did
yeah,
Ivar's
that's my other thing. I tanked
right.
the featured instance again this week because it was another 3-man. So I had Terry running it. It's fun tanking on a red line champion.
Well, it's especially cool because since you've topped out on your trait line and now you're able to add other traits from other lines, you've put the Xing Xing into the red line, which I think is like a great combo.
Yes, I have like the AoE of the Xing Xing, but I have the crits in the red line and stuff. And then I have a backup of a hunter and a lore master, and so stuff just dies. By the time I got done saying, we need to be careful of the... Never mind, it's dead.
Like she'd say, Sans Winza, 2 more are coming, and Sans would go, okay, they're dead.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Except I did change on the final boss when we did it at level cap, because we do the featured instance twice. You do it once at your lower level and once at the level cap, so you can get 2 fancy boxes and multiple chances for that shiny Anphilis scroll of empowerment, whichever one that ups your legacies. And I actually had like 4 of them drop, so that was pretty nice.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah, so that final boss at actual level cap at 105, I changed over to blue line to tank him just to make sure, because I have a couple extra taunts that way. And I needed them because Sans was Even at 102, she's like out DPSing me. Of course, it's hard. It's easy to do on champion when they're in blue line because it feels like I'm whacking him with a Nerf sword. It's like I'm doing so little damage, but it's okay. Pine Leaf, what have you been up to?
All right. During the field trip, we were in the Silver Team loads, as was mentioned by Maven. I was with the main quest group, so we were going around killing the goblins there, collecting maps, and all sorts of fun things like that. And lighting those fun little braziers as you were going down. And on my champion, my low-level champion, I ran the first class quest, and I also helped Adso with a little problem with brigands. And then on...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
Nope, go ahead.
Okay. And then on
You'll
my
never know.
Never know.
The world may never know.
Then on my Bjorning, I helped a lost elephant.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
nice. Don't you think it's the same one Sam saw?
Well, it is. That's pretty clear.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler
Sorry.
alert.
Obviously, I didn't read. Well, we're not saying where. Obviously, I didn't read the text.
In Middle-earth somewhere.
Somewhere in Middle Earth. We're not saying where.
Somewhere north, probably.
Maybe. Could be Lonelands. Could be North Downs.
Yes, it is so likely for there to be so many of those. They are in the lonely Lonelands, yes.
Yes.
Like no one would be able to see him.
Yeah. It's very easy for an elephant to hide.
That's why it's such lone lands, is because of all the elephants there.
There's really not a lot of grass.
Scaring everybody off.
That's true. There's not a lot of grass there. That's true.
Do
I mean,
elephants
look-
eat grass? Do we know if that's a thing?
I
Oh,
assume
yeah.
so. Do they? Don't they?
pull-
Do they
pull-
graze?
What do you think they eat?
Pull
Gondorians?
leaves off trees, don't they? Do they pull leaves off trees?
Yeah, trees and grass. I've actually worked with some elephants before, and they actually no, seriously, I've actually worked with some elephants before, and they actually just like pull it out of the ground.
Wow, really?
Maybe, they pick flowers in North Athelion and eat those. I mean...
No, I think they're trying to get armor as well.
That's how they
Protect
have to
themselves
get it.
against. Yeah, exactly.
That's why there's so few plants there, anyway.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
See, that's why it's good for you to kill them because they're
Dang,
overgrazing.
Oliphants.
Okay. All right.
It's
Well, I
conservation.
imagine just one of them probably grazes the entirety of North Athelion.
See, that's why you should take him out. At least leave 2.
Now, how many essences? How many flower? I forgot what they. See. Ooh.
Piney's gonna
How
drop
many of
some
those
logic.
flowers are you going to have to pick in order to get proper elephant barding?
Boy, no kidding, huh? That'd be a lot.
That would be a lot.
Man, you can't even get enough to get proper armor for yourself. Never mind trying to outfit an elephant.
Well,
Yes.
considering picking one to me is too much, that's a lot.
You're gonna have to pick a lot to use them to make armor. Like weave all the flowers together.
I think you're gonna need more than flowers to convince them to make armor for the.
Well,
elephant.
obviously not, because that's all I've been hearing is just flowers, flowers, and flowers. That's all you need, right?
There's some crazy Gondorian somewhere that's just flowers.
they are getting. Well, actually, what you get extracts from the flowers, and it's the extracts that you use.
But see, but the
You're
extracts.
trading
What do the extracts do? It's just now that's liquid. Is it like water armor?
Well, I guess it's used to dye it or to give it enhanced properties.
Yeah, they just have elephant armor just sitting around and need to dye it with the flower extract.
Maybe they skin the elephant hides and use the extract because now they're imbued with the flowers too, since they eat the flowers to survive. See, that's what you should do. Instead of having to pick individual flowers, since we've already realized that the elephants live off of these flowers, just skin the elephants and use their hide because they're imbued with these flower essences.
To be fair, though, after Pelennor Fields, there probably is a lot of elephant armor just sitting around. So,
It's true.
you know, maybe.
And
maybe
a lot of
they
dead elephants.
could.
We currently have 24 supporters on Patreon. If you would like to join this illustrious rate of players and help support LOTRO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even be a guest with us for an episode of LOTRO Players News. We did not
And
receive...
real quick, Pineleaf, Terry, could you real quick mention something that we brought up on LOTRO Academy that would be a really good cause for people to donate to? That might be Brannick related.
Yeah, I don't have the link handy though. There is a fundraiser currently going on. The host of LOTRO Academy is going through some personal stuff and unfortunately is being evicted. He's being kicked out. So he's trying to raise money so that he can support his move. And it's on a GoFundMe, which Brannick is going to get me the link for now that I've popped into the Mixler chat. Maybe.
It's also been retweeted by LOTRO players, so you can go to the LOTRO players Twitter feed and just go back a couple days and you'll get the link there. And then he just posted it there in the chat.
Retweeted by Cordovan.
Yeah, which is awesome by him. A big
Nice.
Thanks, Cordovan. Thank you for doing that. We really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Identity exposed on LOTRO Players News. But yeah, you can go to gofundme.com/nm/emergency-move-fund and you can help support Brannick there. And it's just a good chance to be supporting the community and a awesome community member, Brannick. And we'd really appreciate if you did that. So there you go.
And if you'd like to send us an email, you can send it to podcast@lotroplayers.com. You could also follow us at Twitter, the Players Alliance @PlayersAlly, LOTRO Players @LOTROPlayers, Andang @AndangLP, Forte @Forte_Maestro, Carvet @CarvetLP, Maven @TolkienMaven, Pineleaf @PineleafNeils, and Terry Adwin @TerryAdwin. The Players Alliance has 4 live shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. We have DO Players News. Every Thursday at 9 p.m.-ish U.S. Eastern Time, we have XP Quest. Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Players News. Generally on the last Friday of every month at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Academy After School, but there will not be a in-a-month show for LOTRO Academy this year because of the reasons just explained. Brannick will be moving, so we will not have any more shows for the month of December for LOTRO Academy. You join us for our live shows at lotroplayers.com/live. Thank you everyone for listening. This is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.